So, we finally made it to the moment we've been waiting all season long for. After a long, crazy, exciting journey filled with upsets, high-quality basketball, and dominant performances, we have finally arrived at the 2022 NBA Finals, which will feature the Golden State Warriors and the Boston Celtics battling it out for a chance to be crowned champions. Both of these teams have proved to be the best teams in each of their conferences, and with so much at stake, there are many individual player legacies on the line in this upcoming series. I fully expect this year's finals to be a hard-fought battle, so for today's video, we're going to be previewing the series, giving you all some things to watch out for and what to expect. I'll be going over where each team has an edge over the other, some key factors to watch out for, who the X factor for each team is, and then at the end, I'll be making my prediction for who I believe will win the whole thing and be crowned the champions for this season. Before we start though, I want to thank PrizePicks for sponsoring this video. PrizePicks is the perfect service for all of us basketball fans here because when you're involved, it makes watching the games every night so much more fun and engaging. Basically, it's an application that provides you with lines on all kinds of individual player props, such as points, rebounds, assists, three-pointers made amongst others, and you simply have to choose whether you believe they will record over the set amount in the line or under the set amount in the line. Make your selections, wager however much you want to, and if your picks hit, you can win some big money. First game 1, it's still a few games away, so we won't be making any specific NBA picks today, but PrizePicks offers lines for pretty much every major professional sport, so you don't have to just be a basketball fan to take advantage. If this sounds at all intriguing to you, then go use the link down in the description of the video to sign up today and use promo code REFERENCE to receive a 100% deposit match bonus up to $100. Once again, thank you to PrizePicks for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the topic at hand. For this preview, I'll be starting with the Golden State Warriors, then I'll flip over to the Boston Celtics, so to start, we'll take a look at how the Warriors match up in this series. For starters, the Warriors have home court advantage in this series, which is massive, because the Warriors have won every single home game they've played in this playoff run so far. Because of how long the NBA's regular season is, injuries are bound to happen, along with the rest days that come from stars, because the main goal for playoff teams primarily is just to make it to the playoffs healthy, but the importance of seeding always comes back into prominence during occasions like this. The Warriors take care of business at home, and that's going to make life even tougher for the Celtics to steal a game on the road, which they need to do if they want to win this series. Now diving more into how they actually perform on the court and where they excel, it really shouldn't be any surprise that the Warriors made it here because even though the Celtics are the team that everyone praises for having the top-ranked defense, the Warriors were the ones that held claim to that title for the first 4 months of the season. The Warriors were dominating in the regular season defensively, and the only reason they slipped down to the number 2 spot is because their defensive anchor Draymond Green suffered an injury that forced him to miss about 2 months of play. So now that they're back fully healthy, they have proven that they can be as dominant of a defensive unit while also obliterating opponents on the other end of the floor, because as it just so happens, the Warriors have the top-ranked offense in the playoffs this year, scoring a whopping 116.1 points per 100 possessions, compared to Boston, who have been scoring 111.8 points per 100 possessions. Steph Curry is coming into this series as hungry as ever because he has some unfinished business to take care of. Curry is one of the most influential players of the last decade who helped push forward the three-point shooting revolution at a level we had never previously seen before. He's at the heart of the Warriors dynasty that took home 3 championship rings already, but he still has 0 finals MVPs on his resume, which is undoubtedly a stain. Whenever you discuss the best of the best players all time, being able to say that you were the best player on the biggest stage definitely matters, and he for sure knows this, so I foresee him having a massive playoff series in the finals. The X factor for the Warriors, though, is Jordan Poole. Poole has come off the bench during this run and given them outstanding impact with his shot creation and scoring ability so far, but for a 22-year-old on the biggest stage imaginable, his youth could come into play, and that inexperience inexperience could possibly hamper them. He's been playing with confidence all postseason long, and the Warriors need that to continue to be the case, because if there is a clear edge the Warriors have, it comes with their depth and their ability to create offense, both of which Jordan Poole is a major factor in. Now to flip over to the other side of things, let's examine the Boston Celtics and what exactly it is that will make themselves a tough matchup for the Warriors. There really isn't any other place to start other than with their defense that, as I mentioned earlier, was the top-ranked defense in the NBA this year. The first half of the season was kind of weird for this team, who, after undergoing a coaching change, were still feeling things out and had a ton of ups and downs, but something changed in the second half of the season, and they really buckled down and just started locking everybody up that they faced. There are so many things that contribute to their defense being so stingy, starting with the obvious fact that they have the winner of the Defensive Player of the Year award for the season in Marcus Smart, guarding the opposing team's best player every night. For years now, Smart has been one of the premier perimeter defenders in the league, and this year he finally got rewarded for it, but we can't just give him all of the credit. On top of that, the emergence of Robert Williams in the middle has made a world of a difference, as he became one of the best defensive rim protectors in the entire NBA on the season, and got named to the all-defensive second team this year because of it. Then Al Horford has been going through a re-emergence and has battled hard with players like Giannis Antetokounmpo and Bam Adebayo on defense during their run. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are both solid, versatile defenders themselves, and all of a sudden, you have an entire lineup of players that excel defensively. On top of that, Derek White was one of the most underrated additions of the year at the trade deadline this season, because coming off the bench, he is also a borderline all-defensive talent himself, and when his shot is falling, he's one of the best defensive bench contributors there are, and we haven't even discussed Grant Williams yet with his prominence on defense either. Unlike in the matchups the Warriors have previously had, there really aren't any weak links to seek out and exploit. The only player I can really think of as someone they can do this with is Peyton Pritchard, but ever since Derek White's arrival, his role has been reduced, and Pritchard has only been playing fewer than 10 minutes in each of their last 3 games. Offensively, the Celtics have the star talent in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who can make tough shots, and then when those two get going, they become incredibly difficult to stop. But at the same time, the Celtics are a team that rely pretty heavily on shots that could be considered low quality or tough shots that I do see as an edge for the Warriors, who tend to generate pretty quality offense. The X factor for the Celtics is definitely Marcus Smart though. He'll probably get matched up with Steph Curry on defense, but more importantly, he needs to be efficient on offense. His entire career has been made up of inconsistent stretches shooting the ball, while also proving that he can make big shots when the team needs it. He doesn't always take the best shots ever, and his shooting woes almost cost the Celtics the game in Game 7 against Miami down the stretch of that game, but those highs and lows are what come with him and his game. Now to bring it all together, it's prediction time. I can honestly see this series being very close in most of the games, which we as fans all hope to see after all of the blowouts that have been happening lately. The Warriors have the best player in the series in Steph Curry. They have an edge in terms of depth contributions, with the Celtics only being able to go 7 or 8 deep, and they have the far better offense, with a system that naturally generates higher quality opportunities than the Celtics do. With both teams as good as they are on defense, those things all need to be taken into account, and that is why my prediction for the NBA Finals this year is that the Golden State Warriors will win it in 6 games. And with that being said, that's all I have for you today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below who you think is going to win the NBA Finals this year and why. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.